playing Scythe today, and I can't say it enough. Spoiler alert. Would you like to join me? Spoiler alert. We are playing the Rise of Fenris, which is sort of a legacy, but not. It's a replayable legacy, but this is the final episode, episode 8. We both love this expansion.
Yeah, so if you haven't played the first 7 episodes of this campaign yet, you can choose right now to shut this video off.
Yeah. We won't blame you. I started off with a Japanese faction earlier in the game, and I lost 2 times in a row. And I switched to the Russian one, Soviet Union basically. Soviet Union.
I had started off with Connor and Max, the clan Albion, and ended up getting the Vesna.
Yes, he unlocked a really cool thing.
And then, even though I'm losing this campaign, I also unlocked the Fenris, which is what I'll be playing with today. It says for this episode, players choose their player mats. Begin with the player with the highest total wealth at the start of this episode.
I want yours.
Assuming it's yours.
I want.
I know you do. No, Rusviet.
Mm-hmm.
That's you, right?
It's not allowed to have the industrial.
May not choose the industrial.
All right.
And Crimea may not choose the patriotic map.
Okay, we don't
So
have.
I guess that one's a good one for.
Probably a good match.
So we'll just leave it the way it is.
Okay. Over the rounds or over the episodes, we've accumulated wealth, and that's what we can use to buy technologies, but I'm not sure if we're going to be doing that this time because you buy it at the end of the game, and this is the final game, so there's no point of buying. Ron has been in control of the Automa. We've thrown in a 3rd character because it's not quite the same as a 2-player game. So I don't know if you want to explain how you read the cards.
Yeah, we chose just to go with an easy Automa because we want the nuisance, but we don't really want him to win anything. So that's why we went with the easy.
What is he called? The Saxon Empire.
Dave found Tesla in episode 7. So because he was found, we start this round with episode 8A. And if he wasn't found, we would start with episode 8B. But we found him, so we're on 8A, and this starts on the home base of the player who found him. So, episode 8A, story summary.
Episode 8A, A New Era, March 1924. Story summary. It has all come down to this. Tesla's escape attempt has enraged Rasputin, and Fenris has set in motion its final attempt to take over Europa. Every nation fights to come out on top and be the ones to lead the world into a new era.
Winning the campaign. At the end of this game, you will double your final coin total for this game only, and then add any $25 bonuses you have earned on your Triumph log. The player with the highest total wins the game and the campaign. Accumulated wealth from previous episodes is not a factor in determining the final winner of the campaign. Setup. Remove the Triumph tiles from the punch board.
So, shuffle them up and just take them out and put them on the chat until they're full.
Oh, okay.
It's randomized.
So 1, 2, 3. And the last one.
3 combats.
Oh, I've already cheated and looked at it. How do we even... Oh, 3 of those.
Yeah, you have to take 3 of your stars.
Okay.
Sorry, 1 star from every player on each of the 3 land territories adjacent to the factory. So 1. So, like this.
Oh, so 1 on each one?
One on each one, yeah. It's gonna get us fighting. So it takes 6 stars to win this game. When you places a 6 star, the game ends. But you have to retrieve those 3 stars before you can use them. These 3 are available at the start of the game, but those 3 you have to retrieve to be able to use them.
Wonderful. So we just have to go there and leave.
Yeah, you just have to land on it, but you have to own the territory. So if somebody's there, you have to fight them.
Okay.
Oh, so as soon as you land there, you claim it, and then you resolve any traps or combat after you've claimed the star. So it's not like you have to kill somebody, but you do have to land on it, so you might die, but you achieve the star regardless. Airships cannot claim stars. We're not playing with airships, just to make it simpler.
We never used them.
So these stars, when you claim them, they can immediately be placed on the track if you've got what it takes to place it. You may not retroactively place a star on a combat one on an earlier turn when you're out of stars.
When you're out of stars,
yeah. You probably want to save these stars for combat.
Okay. And in this game, we have infrastructure mods, which are little bonuses.
Tesla is both a character and a mech for all standard and special abilities, though he is not counted towards the mech goal on the Triumph track. So he's a character and a mech.
Oh, so I can collect these.
If the Automa had Tesla, it would just be a mech.
My person's ability, normally in Scythe you have to go each turn to a different section, but my ability for the Russians is I get to stay in the same spot every time.
That's a good ability.
What's your ability?
My ability is, after moving your character, you may place an influence token on its territory, and then you may place one more token on any other unoccupied, tokenless primary terrain territory. And then I got some unique mech abilities. One is Leap, which is when moving you can skip adjacent territories in a straight line, so you can jump over. So you can actually jump over rivers as well. It gives you river walking. And then Horrify means you. So I have to give these away. These tokens that I have, this race comes with, Fenris comes with 16 of these tokens. They're worth -$1 at the end of the game for anybody that has these. So I want to get, so effectively I start with -$16. So I have to get rid of these before the game ends, or as many as I can. So when my character moves, I place one here, and then I place one anywhere else on the board.
For my board, I have substituted river walking with, before combat, it's called reinforced. You may move your combat units from adjacent territories to the combating territories, because I have a feeling I'm going to need that. And I've also replaced the People's Army, where I get an additional card if I have a worker, with the Scout, which is before combat I get to steal one random combat card from my opponent. And I believe we're ready to go. At the start of the game, each person gets 2 objective cards.
So we also have to claim our bonuses. Setup bonuses, I managed to pick up 3 setup bonuses from game 7.
So you get 2 over here.
So yeah, I get an extra 2. So total I have 6.
So now you're at 8, and
4 plus 2.
Huh.
2 extra hearts. Popularity, so that's 2. I start with 2, and I'm up to 4, and 1 extra coin. And I'm going to purchase the perk 2 resources.
My final perk is an extra worker on the board.
Two of these for my perk. I'm going to go for the mobility right off the bat. So I'm going to produce on these. Sorry, that's not supposed to be there. On these two squares.
Is your guy supposed to be out already? No. And you can take these two back.
Right. That was my starter explanation.
Mm-hmm.
So I went to produce, so I produced on these two squares, and then I'm going to use one of my mods that allows me assembly line deploy, reduce the cost of one deploy to 0 metal. So that's used, I flip it over, and I pull out my first snack.
Alright. I always do the same thing every time, so I'm going to move my worker over here, and I'm going to pull out my character there. And now the Automa character, if you want to explain that, I'll put the image on the screen. So in the first... Okay.
So you start with these cards, you start with, they have two halves. They have the first half and the second half of the game. So as you go along on the Automa card, and you're moving, if there's a star on the card, you move it 1 star. If it doesn't have a star like this one, you don't move the Automa marker. Basically, that has 2 sections. The first one is a little easier, the green side. The red one's a little tougher. But when you move your marker along your Automa card and you come up to the star that says 2, has a 2 on it, then you need to take your deck and flip it over. So you'll be using 1 first and you flip it over to the second. So now when you flip your cards over, you're using a harder section. So we're using the first half, and this card is a move meeple action on the top row, so he's gonna go exploring. And the second one says that he bolsters 3 times. Now anything on the third row would be a bonus to us, but there isn't anything there, and it has a star, which means the marker advances. So that ends his turn, and I'm going to go to move. Trade. Pay a coin to gain 2 wood. And I can't do the bottom half, so
I'm going to go to produce, and for produce you produce a quantity of goods on your tile equal to the number of workers. Since I have 3 workers, I get an additional 3 workers, and so now I have 6 on my village tile. In the future it's going to cost me 1 bolster and 1 health, whatever we call it, popularity, to produce more of anything, actually. The bottom of that is wood. So I'm going to use my construction build, and I get to produce 1 for free. I have a feeling bolstering is going to be important in this game. And that is my turn. Now back to the Automa.
flip the Automa card. He is going to move a man and produce a man. I'm going to go to move. I'm going to use my leap ability to leap over to this section with my meeple. I'll take one with them. And then I'll use the 3 wood I've gathered to build a structure. And that gets me 1 coin for building.
I'm
Did you
going.
take your coin for building?
No, I did not. Thank you. That's my turn now. I'm going to go to move, and I'm going to move both of my guys into my village. And I'm going to use my build a mech for free. Assembly line deploy is 0 and mech. Actually, I'm going to, now I've exposed the, I get to move my guys 2 squares instead of 1, or hexes. And now it's Automa's turn.
It's good. Going to move, man. He can't move across the water yet. So I move that one. Gains a combat card. And enlist or recruit. Combat card is up, but we don't have that option available to us yet. And no star, so he doesn't move the star. The marker. I'm going back to trade.
I forgot to do it again. I got 3 coins for building a mech.
And that is all I'm going to do.
I'm going to use my Russian special ability and do the same move twice. And since I have the hex of moving an extra space, he's going to move from the village to the factory and 1, from the village to the factory and 1. Whoops, I'm going to take 2 of my stars. So it's the Automa's turn.
So he's going to move a man and produce a man and he's going to produce a mech. And recruit heart is out and star. So I'm going to go to pay to bolster. Bolster twice. Pay 3 oil to upgrade. This one. And gain 3 coins.
I'm going to stay where I am. And I'm going to move 1, 2, get my last star from the center. And he's going to move only 1. And I'm going to take a factory card. Oh, the difference. So with this factory card, I pay 1 bolster to gain 2 hearts. And then afterwards I can move 2 spaces.
He's going to move a mech. And he's going to bolster 4 times. And move a star. And I am going to go to produce. So I produce a man and a wood. And I use a 2 steel to deploy a mech. And gain 2 2 coins.
Alright, I'm going to stay where I am again, move 2 people. I'm going to move my character over there, grab my first something.
Encounter token?
Encounter token. Encounter token. Conceive a plan with the patrolling troops in the forest, gain 1 combat card and gain 1 popularity. Or pay $2 for any 3 resources. That actually doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'm going to pay 2 to gain 3. So pay 2, and I'm going to use that for the oils right away. But my second move, I'm going to move my mech over with my little buddies, because he can go from village to factory and factory to village.
New character. So he's going to pick up one of these encounter tokens. And he produces a man and gains a combat card. He's beaten up. Bonus doesn't affect us because we don't have any endless recruits out. And the star. I'm going to go to trade. To steal. And that's it.
I'm going to go over to produce, so I'm going to lose a bolster and a popularity, but I get all my little characters out, which is my first star for having 8 men on the board.
Okay, Automa's turn. Move man. He can cross rivers, so the one closest to the base is going to move. And he's going to bolster twice. So now I'm going to go to produce. I'm going to use one of my mods here. Double production output this turn. I'll pull out 4 men. And 2 wood.
I'm going to I'm going to pay 1 to bolster twice.
Sorry.
What'd you do?
Redo.
What'd you do?
My bottom half.
Oh.
And I'm going to pay 2 steel to deploy a mech. Your turn, Dave.
Okay, so bolster twice, and I'm going to pay the 3 oil to upgrade. I'm going to increase that, or increasing the bolster, and I'm reducing. I want to be able to move 3 characters, and the bottom part I didn't care, so that's the end of the turn. Automa's turn.
He's going to remove mech. So he goes towards the nearest combat unit, so I think he'll just go here. He produces a mech and bolsters twice. I'm going to move. So move 2 people. One here and 1 here. And use the 3 wood. To build a mill on the farm. It gets me 1 coin.
I'm going to go over to move. I think move is the one I wanted to upgrade last time. Whatever. So I can move 2 squares. So he's going to go over here, and since he's going to act as a character right now, he's going to pick up a second. What is it called again?
Encounter.
Encounter. It's an easy word. And then everybody's going to hop on the mech's back and go over to the steel. I'm going to do pay the girl for her pet geese. I pay $2 to gain 4 food. That's an interesting one. That must be from the new expansion.
He's gonna move character. So it goes towards the encounter tokens. Produce a man and bolster once. The bonus doesn't matter because we have an unlisted. I'm going to go to trade. And get 2 oil.
I forgot to do this last turn. Have at least 6 of your tokens, workers, mechs, or structures on one territory. I have 8 workers and a mech, so that's 9. So I've completed my objective, which gives me a star on the thing that looks like postal. I'm going to go over to produce, which makes me lose a bolster, popularity, and a coin, but that gives me 8 deal.
Y'all done?
Yep.
He's gonna move a man. Gain 2 coins. I'm going back to move. I should have done this last time. Because I have the leap ability out.
I'm going to move over to the pay 1. I'm almost out of money. Pay 1, bolster twice. I can pay, but I'm going to use my free oil. Machinery upgrade. And I'm going to finally do that one. And do that one. So I now pay 2 steel for the mechs.
Man, gain coin. New star. I have a produce. So that cost me a bolster. Heart. And that's it. I'm going to produce here. Oops. Here. 1, 2.
That's all your stars.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yep.
Those. And one oil. I'm going to have a assembly line. Reduce the cost of 1 deploy action. That's my second one. To 0, so I deploy my last mech right here. And because I deployed, I get 2 coins. And how many stars?
You got 1 for the people. You got all your workers out. I'm going to go over to move. And he's going to move here. All these guys are going to go over here. And he's going to go here. And now I produce another mech for 2.
Move a man. And produce a man, and gain a coin. And this heart is up. Recruit heart, but it doesn't affect us. So I'm going to go to bolster. Pay a coin to bolster twice.
Sorry.
And pay 3 oil to upgrade my move ability. Put it right there. So I get 3 coins for that. And that's it.
Yeah, we're just gonna produce. Sorry. So I'm gonna lose one of these, lose one of these, and lose this. And he's going to gain 8 oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 oil. And I'm going to take a star for having the resources. Do I have anything for wood? No, I'm gonna build something. 0 wood. Okay. Let's do the monument in this cluster. It's in there. Now it's the Automa's turn.
New character. So he's gonna go here, grab the encounter token.
Does he get stars?
So now we're at the 2. So I definitely have to. So I'm gonna trade. My strategy's all wrong. Let's trade for 2 resources. And spend 4 food to list shall gain 3 combat cards. And it's your turn.
Okay. I get to pay 1 to bolster 2, and it gains me a heart, and I pay 2 oil, and I'm gonna bring the hearts down, and that's my turn.
He's going to move Mac. So he moves the closest to the Anima base. He gains a combat card, a coin, and produces a mech. I'm going to go to move. I'm going to bring out my character. I'll leap there. Grab an encounter token. What the hell does that mean? It says gain 1 oil and remove your action token from your player mat.
Maybe that means now you can just go anywhere you want the next turn.
Oh, gotcha. So I can move again. I get it. Sorry, this is a card I haven't seen before.
Alright, they're from the new expansion deck.
So, gain 1 oil and remove your action token from your player mat. Pay 2 power to gain 4 oil, or pay 2 popularity to keep this card. At the beginning of your turns, gain 1 oil on this card. If you have 8 oils on this card, disregard the oil and place 1 star to the next to the Triumph card. Huh. Well, I don't think the game's gonna go on for 8 more because you seem to be adding a star every turn. So with that
It's
Russia,
3-2.
with that Russia. So I'm going to gain 1 oil. And remove my action thing. And now I'll move a second guy to get there before he does. And now I gotta move a third guy. This guy. I don't have any wood to build anything, so. And it's your go.
I'm going to move. If I can pick them up. And these guys are going to go over here. They're going to bring everyone except 2 with them. That's 1 move. Or 2 moves. And then, third move, he's just going to go over here. And then pay 2 steel to pull out another mech. I get 3 for that. Optimus tree.
He's going to move into combat and bolster 3 times. Recruit heart is out, it doesn't matter. So resolve combat.
I don't remember. What is his?
So his will set at, so to resolve the combat with an automa, you have to flip a new card, and then
2. So that's...
no, that's
Oh.
flip a new one of these, and then he has 16, so you go all the way up here to plus 14, and it says you set his attack at 7,
Okay.
and he gets to use a combat card.
Do I pick it for him, or is it just random? I'll just randomize it.
Yeah. All right.
10.
12.
So he goes back. You get yourself a...
I go back 7.
you get a star.
And I get a combat star. And I go back 7. And he already went back 7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, and if I won the combat, there's no reward. That figures. So now it's my go. Sorry, should have done that last game. So I'm gonna go to bolster. I pay a coin to bolster twice. Oh, that's the wrong one. And pay 2 oil to upgrade the bolster. And because I upgraded, I get 3 points. Here you go.
Alright. They're going to move again. So 3 guys move to the factory and move back to the steel. They are bringing back all the guys with them. Neither of them are on a lateral hop for you.
Actually, they are.
What do you mean? I thought you had to go here, or you have to go here.
Oh, I guess you're right.
Thank you. And then I'm gonna pay the 2 steel to get my last mech out. And he'll go with them. Turn if you want to put.
Move mech. Which is not combat, so it goes there. Gains 2 coins. Produces his last mech. And I'll go to produce one of these, one coin, and 5. One of these. One of these. I don't have to play. Zero.
I'm going to go over, pay 1. I'm going to take the 2 hearts this time, 2 popularity. I gain 1 bolster. I'm going to use my reduce to 0. And I'll enlist a heart, and I will put it on the hearts.
I'm going to go to trade, pay a coin. I'm going to gain 1
I forgot to pay. I never remember to pay myself.
seal, 1 wood, and finish my objective. Card, control a territory with 9 or more resources tokens on it, and at least 1 of each type on the end of your turn. That's done.
You only do 1, right?
Yep. Which one's that? This one?
No, I mean the objective card is, it's just 1 out of the 2, right?
Oh, right. And then I'll do the bottom row action, which is build. That's a good one. This one. I'll build it right here. Oh, that's not a build. That is an enlist action. I'll gain the 3 bolsters. 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go to move. He's gonna move 1, 2. He is gonna move 1, 2, and he's gonna bring the boys with him. I think I'm just gonna move 1, just to mess with your head.
Okay. Move man. I don't think he moves there. He moves there. And then bolsters 4 times. And I get a bolster because of the recruit. And we don't. And star gets moved. And then, so I bolstered already. Pay 2 oil. It's an upgrade. We get 3 coins for that. And bolster once. Pay a coin. to bolster 3 times. And
Alright, I pay 1, bolster twice, I get a heart, and I'll upgrade over here. And that's my turn.
it's combat. And
He's at 13.
so he's gonna come in here and 13?
Yeah.
6. He sets it at 6.
Okay.
And he gets to use 2 combat cards. Mine preset here.
12.
So I have 15.
Right.
I'm able to use 2 combat cards even though I don't only have 1
Mm-hmm.
because of my death ray. In combat, play any number of combat cards, but they must have the same value.
Okay, so he loses 6. He's down to 7. 2 cards. He goes back.
He goes back and I get a star for combat. And I have to roll back 7. So I'm going to trade coin for 2 food. And then pay 3 food to enlist and I'll put it on the hurt. I gain a combat card.
I'm going to go over to produce, so I will pay 1 bolster, 1 popularity, 1 coin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 wood. And what is this guy? Yeah, 1 steel and 1 oil. I'll pay the 3 wood. Build the tunnel over here. Pay myself 1.
So he will move back. And gain a combat card. Unless coin is out, the only one I don't have. And star, he gets his first star. Okay, I'm going over to bolster. Pay my coin. Bolster 3 times. And then I have a thing here that says reduce the cost of 1 upgrade action to 0 oil. So I will buy an upgrade. That gets me 3 coin and 1 bolster. Here we go.
I'll go over, pay 1, bolster 3, get a heart, pay an oil. I should pay the oil. I don't remember if I did it or not, but I'll do it again. And that's it.
So he's going to move his character out. He's going to get a combat card, gain a combat card, and 2 coins. I'm going back. There's even one of these up for enlist anyways, right? Okay, I'm gonna go to move. I'm gonna move over here. And then counter tokens. That's one move. I'm gonna move here, here.
I'm going to move 3. Just because I don't know what you're doing.
You attack.
I'm going to attack you.
Okay. I've got, so such a power, I've got a spy. Negate 1 mech or faction ability before combat cards are selected.
You don't have to move the guy. You
Okay.
just don't get the combat card. Before combat, I get to steal 1 card from you.
Why?
I don't know. Because it says so?
So I'm going to use my spy, second spy,
Okay.
to negate your faction ability.
So that's it?
Yep.
14. What do you have?
14.
Well, I have 1 more. Cavalry combat. Add 2 combat total after the cards and dials are revealed. So I get combat. Your guy goes back home. Cards go here. That's my turn.
Back. Bolsters once. And gains a coin. And this coin is out again. Alright. So I'm going to go to trade. For 2 oil, and I have this recruitment office, and let's reduce the cost of 1 of this action to 0 food. So I'm going to use it to get that. 3 coins. And because I enlisted, I get a combat card. Yeah.
I'm going to just stay where I am and move 3 characters. Move worker here. Move worker here. Move worker here.
Is that in the game?
Yes, it is. Gain 2 power and 1 popularity. And that puts my final star on this new one.
Nice. You got 2 structures in a line
Yeah.
for 4 coins. And I got 1 structure in a line because there's nothing inside it. For 2 coins.
Alright, so that is where it ends once the 6 star went out on the board, and what we're doing now is the first end of game scoring. Shall we do the track?
Yeah. You get
4 coins for every for every star. So it's 24. 3 coins for every territory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
8 times
24.
and resources.
So 1 for every 2 resources. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Times 2. Right?
16. Yeah.
Yeah. And I get 3 times 4 is, or 3 times
12.
5.
Oh,
is
15.
And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
6 times 2. Right?
Oh, 6 times 3. It's 2.
Yeah. And then 1 coin for every 2 resources. 3.
Yeah. Record stars and coins in the campaign log. Stars earned from triumph tiles can be used for any category on your triumph log.
Oh, nice.
So that gives us that little bonus, I guess.
So I got 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
2, 3, 4, 5.
So now we get the coins for all the completed rows and columns. Did you take your bonus points for your columns yet?
No, so 5 times 25.
125.
Yeah.
Now, was there anything else?
Yeah, it doesn't.
So that is how the game ends?
Oh, so Mad Tesla is. We would play with Mad Tesla if we were on episode 8B.
Oh, okay. But we did 8A.
Use the chart on this page to calculate the overall campaign winner. Oh, so Mad Tesla, what I was reading was. I thought it told me to go to page 42, but I did, but I went to page like 40 instead, and that's why that was confusing. But it was actually reading part of 8B. Okay. Use the chart on this page to calculate the overall campaign winner. You are essentially doubling your episode 8 or episode 8B score, and adding to it any $25 bonus from completed rows, columns, and giant log. So they give you a calculator. Basically, so that $25 bonus, just keep it to the side.
Okay.
So we're going to double this score. Double it would be 2 here. So I'm left with, then you go 95, 6, 7, 8. I got 98. The player with the highest total in the above chart is the overall winner.
What did we count the coins for on the chart for?
Okay.
Or does that get added afterwards?
Okay, so yeah, so you add that and then you add this together and come up with a total. 98 plus 120, 218. What did you get for your total before you added those?
Oh.
What's your overall total?
369. Before, I think it was 298 before. Oh, this?
Yeah.
225. Is that pretty much it?
Yeah, you win.